Hey there, rap enthusiasts. Today we're shining the spotlight on the 5 most dangerous female rappers. While these ladies boast of fierce rhymes, unapologetic attitudes, and a fearless presence to the mic, they also have a dark side that has landed them in trouble with the law.
Yeah, let's go to this hotel and I drum up and I'll rob them. That's what I used to do.
So buckle up and get ready to explore the powerful personas and electrifying careers of these 5 formidable artists. Remy Ma. It was July 13, 2007 when Remy Ma found herself at the center of a police investigation. The story goes like this. Remy Ma was hanging out with a group of folks outside the Pizza Bar, a happening spot in Manhattan. It was 4 a.m., the city that never sleeps living up to its name. Tempers flared and a heated argument erupted. During this chaos, a gunshot rang out, hitting a woman named Makita Barnes Joseph in the torso. The reason? Well, it's a bit of a mystery. Some say it had to do with the $3,000 that Barnes Joseph was accused of swiping from Remy. The police got involved, and Barnes Joseph pointed the finger at Remy as the shooter. But strangely enough, security tapes from inside the club showed no signs of any fights or arguments. Remy was facing charges of attempted murder, assault, and illegal possession of a weapon, but entered a plea of not guilty. As if that weren't enough, she found herself in more trouble in August 2007. She was accused of leading a group of male friends in an attack on a witness's boyfriend, and was slapped with additional charges of witness tampering and assault. Fast forward to March 27, 2008, and the rapper's fate was sealed. She was convicted of assault, illegal weapon possession, and attempted coercion in connection with the shooting incident. She went straight to custody, awaiting her sentencing on May 13th. However, she managed to dodge the charges of witness tampering and gang assault. At her sentencing, the judge couldn't help but comment on Remy's callousness. After the shooting, instead of helping the wounded Barnes Joseph, Remy rifled through her purse, searching for the missing money. She then made a swift exit, leaving Barnes Joseph bleeding. Oddly enough, no money was found in the purse. The shooting had serious consequences for Barnes Joseph, who had to undergo multiple surgeries. In 2007, she took legal action, filing an $80 million civil lawsuit against the rapper, claiming damages and pain and suffering. Remy was serving an 8-year sentence at the Bedford Hills Correctional Facility for Women in Westchester County, New York, with a release date set for 2015. Despite the legal woes, Remy managed to find love behind bars. She tied the knot with her fiancé, rapper Papoose, in May 2008. In 2012, during an interview with Hot 97's Funkmaster Flex, she excitedly announced her impending release in 22.5 months. In 2014, Papoose confirmed the news, and on August 1st, 2014, Remy was finally released from prison after serving 6 years. Post-release, Remy didn't waste any time making a positive impact. In 2018, she launched a clothing line, with the proceeds going to the Remy Ma Foundation, aimed at helping women and families affected by incarceration. But the drama wasn't over. In 2019, the rapper had another bout with the law. She turned herself into the NYPD, facing charges of assault. The authorities confirmed her arrest, but soon released her on $1,500 bail. Remy, whose real name is Reminisce Smith, landed in hot water on that occasion for allegedly throwing a punch at her fellow Love and Hip Hop New York co-star, Brittany Taylor, during a charity concert the previous month. As a result, Taylor sported a bruised right eye, according to the police report. In the midst of it all, Taylor's lawyer, Sanford Rubenstein, made it clear that this wasn't just reality TV drama. He emphasized the seriousness of the situation and Taylor's trust in the justice system, promising full cooperation with the authorities. Remy's court date was set for May 24th, and the presiding judge, Josh Hanshaft, issued an order for the Grammy-nominated rapper to stay away from Taylor while the case unfolded. Remy's lawyer, Dawn Florio, denied the accusations and pledged to fight the charges. Florio labeled Taylor as untruthful and maintained that her client had no physical contact with her. Florio pointed out that there were numerous witnesses present in the green room at Irving Plaza, where the alleged incident occurred. Florio also highlighted that Remy had been a model parolee for nearly 5 years, meeting all the conditions set forth. However, these new allegations led to stricter parole terms, including wearing an ankle monitor and an earlier curfew. Despite the legal turmoil, Remy continued to grace VH1's Love and Hip Hop New York alongside her husband Papoose. The couple celebrated the arrival of their first child together, daughter Reminisce Mackenzie, in December 2018. Remy Ma was born in the Bronx on May 30th, 1980. Growing up in the Castle Hill projects, she faced the harsh reality of her family's struggle with drug abuse. Despite the challenging circumstances, Remy Ma took on the role of caring for her younger siblings at a tender age. To escape the troubles of her home life, she turned to writing poetry. Little did she know that this would be the first step in her remarkable journey to fame. Her poetic talents caught the attention of none other than Big Pun, a legendary figure in hip-hop. After a meeting and an impressive freestyle session, Big Pun took Remy Ma under his wing, becoming her mentor. Remy Ma made her initial foray into the music scene under the moniker Remy Martin. She made her presence felt on Big Pun's album, Yeah Baby, where her unique voice graced tracks like Miss Martin Martin and You Was Wrong, but that was just the beginning of her rise to stardom. She later gained recognition as a member of Fat Joe's group Terror Squad. In 2006, she took a significant step by releasing her debut studio album, There's Something About Remy, based on a true story. While it may not have set the charts on fire, it achieved a respectable peak at number 33 on the Billboard 200 chart. Throughout her career, Remy Ma's hit songs like Whatever, Anti-Up Remix, Lean Back, Conceited, and All the Way Up have solidified her status as a prominent figure in the rap scene. She's a true trailblazer and a multiple-time winner of the BET Award for Best Female Hip-Hop Artist, earning the accolade in both 2005 and 2017. Remy Ma's accomplishments don't stop there. She's proudly received 2 Vibe Awards and 2 Source Awards, in addition to 4 Grammy Award nominations. From 2015 to 2020, she graced our screens on VH1's reality series Love and Hip Hop New York, sharing the spotlight with her husband Papoose. Cardi B. Back in 2019, Cardi B found herself in the hot seat after an old Instagram Live video resurfaced, in which she claimed to have drugged and robbed men.
I had to go straight. I had to go, oh yeah, you wanna me? Yeah, let's go to this hotel. And I drug up and I robbed them. That's what I used to do.
This was during her days as a stripper before her rise to fame. The social media storm unleashed criticism, and Cardi didn't stay silent. In response, she took to Instagram to address the controversy. Cardi acknowledged that the actions she described in the video might not have been the wisest choices, but she felt they were necessary for her survival at the time. She made it clear that she never presented herself as perfect or coming from a perfect world. The video in question was created as Cardi's career was starting to gain traction. It was her response to someone who questioned her success, suggesting she hadn't put in the effort. Nothing was handed to me. Nothing, she said in the video before going on to reveal her past actions. Cardi B explained that she was discussing her past experiences, right or wrong, that she believed were necessary to make a living. She firmly placed her actions in the context of her upbringing and the challenging circumstances she faced. In her statement, Cardi B also mentioned that hip-hop culture often allows artists to talk about their origins and the difficult choices they had to make to get where they are today. She acknowledged that while some rappers glorify themes like murder, violence, drugs, and robbery, she refrained from glorifying such actions in her music. She felt a responsibility not to glamorize her past choices because she wasn't proud of them. Cardi clarified that the men she mentioned in the old video were individuals she had dated or been involved with. Importantly, she emphasized that these men were conscious, willing, and aware of their actions. The controversy surrounding Cardi B led to discussions on social media, with some drawing comparisons to controversial figures like Bill Cosby. On the flip side, supporters pointed out that male rappers who had engaged in illegal activities before their fame often received different treatment and were still celebrated in the industry. Cardi B's career has had its ups and downs, but she made history as the first solo woman to win a Grammy Award for Best Rap Album with her debut Invasion of Privacy. Despite the controversies and past actions, her music has resonated with many fans, and her story continues to evolve in the spotlight. Cardi B, whose real name is Belcalis Marlenus Almanzar, was born on October 11, 1992, in the vibrant Washington Heights neighborhood of Manhattan, New York City. Her roots are a fusion of Dominican and Trinidadian heritage, making her proudly identify as an Afro-Latina. She grew up in the bustling South Bronx, particularly in the Highbridge neighborhood, but often spent time at her paternal grandmother's place in Washington Heights, which she credits for her distinctive accent. Her stage name Cardi B emerged as a playful twist on Bacardi, a well-known rum brand that once served as her nickname. During her teenage years, at around the age of 16, she found herself involved with the Bloods gang. She has since emphasized that she does not endorse gang involvement, despite her past association. Her educational journey led her to Renaissance High School for Musical Theater and Technology, a vocational high school located on the Herbert H. Lehman High School campus. Cardi B worked at an Amish deli in Tribeca, but her journey took an unexpected turn when she was let go. She turned to stripping, which she has openly spoken about. For her, becoming a stripper was a positive, life-changing move, as it allowed her to escape difficult circumstances, including poverty and domestic violence. She had been in an abusive relationship and was even kicked out of her mother's house at one point. Stripping was her way to earn money to break free from these challenges and pursue an education. Cardi B enrolled in the Borough of Manhattan Community College, but eventually dropped out. While stripping, she told her mother that she was making money by babysitting, keeping her family unaware of her profession. In 2013, Cardi B began to gain attention thanks to her videos, which went viral on platforms like Vine and Instagram. Musically, Cardi B's style is a dynamic mix of hip-hop, trap, Latin music, and R&B. She's been described as an acrobatic and nimble rapper with an unabashedly loud loud New York honk in her voice. Her lyrics often feature clever punchlines and witty wordplay. Beyond the music, she's made her mark in the worlds of fashion, partnerships, and philanthropy. In February 2017, she teamed up with MAC and Rio Uribe's Gypsy Sport for a memorable event during New York Fashion Week. Her presence continued to make waves as she appeared in ID's AZ of Music video in April, sponsored by the renowned designer Marc Jacobs. The following July and August, Cardi B graced the cover of the Fader's summer music issue, solidifying her status as a style icon. Tom Ford paid tribute to her with a Cardi B-inspired lipstick in September 2018, which, not surprisingly, flew off the shelves within 24 hours. Later that year, in November, Cardi B launched a clothing line collection in collaboration with Fashion Nova. November also saw her joining forces with Reebok to promote their Aztrek sneaker, and this partnership resulted in the release of a footwear and apparel collection in 2020, all inspired by her distinctive personal style and a nod to the classic 80s styling and motifs. Cardi B's collaboration with Reebok didn't stop there. In 2021, she unveiled her second collection featuring sneakers, tracksuits, and corsets, all inspired by the vibrant and diverse life in New York City. In September 2022, she dropped her fourth collection with Reebok, aptly named Let Me Be Next Level Energy, reflecting her unmatched vigor. The collection included crop tops, sneakers, bodysuits, leggings, and woven jackets, all designed with a color palette inspired by crystals. Closing her 4-year partnership with Reebok, Cardi B released her fifth and final collection in December 2022, a second edition of Next Level Energy. But fashion and partnerships aren't the only areas where Cardi B has made her presence felt. She collaborated with Pepsi for 3 television commercials that aired during high-profile events like the 53rd Super Bowl, the 61st Annual Grammy Awards, and Christmas. Cardi B ventured into the snack industry in 2019 with her Rap Snacks flavors, including chips and popcorn. She further expanded her digital presence, producing the Cardi Tries series on Facebook Messenger from December 2020 to 2023. In December 2021, she partnered with PLBI Group Inc. for Playboy, launching Centerfold, a creator-driven website. Cardi B's philanthropic side shines as well. On September 13, 2022, she made a heartwarming surprise visit to her old elementary school, IS 232 in the Bronx, and announced a generous donation of $100,000 to the institution, giving back to her roots in a meaningful way. Lil' Kim. Kimberly Denise Jones, better known as the iconic Lil' Kim, stands as one of the all-time great female rap artists, a force that catapulted to stardom thanks to Christopher Wallace and the legendary Notorious B.I.G. in the mid-90s. Reflecting on her journey, she once said during an interview with iHeartRadio, "I think that God put us together for a reason, and it was to make this type of a legacy. I don't see it being any other way." The Crush on You rapper has firmly established herself in the music industry. Beyond her chart-topping hits, this Grammy-winning artist earned her place in history as one of just 3 female rappers with 3 platinum albums, according to Biography. Yet Lil' Kim, with all her achievements, remains convinced that she's still scaling new heights in her career. Speaking to The Guardian, she said, "In my eyes, I'm still climbing. I'm still taking myself to the next levels in my career." However, Lil' Kim's climb to stardom wasn't without its share of hurdles. Along the way, she faced her fair share of ups and downs, including a stint behind bars. Surprisingly, her time in prison was nothing like the stereotypical image that might come to mind. Lil' Kim's prison experience was remarkably welcoming. In a conversation with MTV News in 2011, she revealed that her arrival was far smoother than anticipated. "I was greeted with open arms," the Brooklyn rapper recalled. "I met a lot of good people in there who are still my friends to this day." The artist also admitted that she had slept well for the first 3 weeks since she had been working tirelessly before her sentencing. Prior to that, she claimed to not have slept for 2 straight months. Not only did she receive genuine warmth inside, but she also found support from high-profile celebrities on the outside. Lil' Kim recounted the time when Oprah Winfrey sent her favorite books along with letters of encouragement. However, amid the warmth, Lil' Kim also encountered negativity. She opened up about some haters who surfaced during her time behind bars, giving false interviews about her after their release. As she put it to XXL, "Sometimes people be looking for their little 2 minutes of fame." This mixed reaction begs the question, why did Lil' Kim end up in prison in the first place? Lil' Kim found herself behind bars due to charges of perjury and conspiracy in 2006. She had lied to a grand jury about a 2001 shootout outside a New York radio station, all to shield her friends from imprisonment. Her sentence, a year plus 1 day in prison, coupled with a hefty $50,000 fine for her actions. Addressing the judge, Lil' Kim said, "I can tell you this is by far the toughest thing I have ever had to go through. At the time, I thought it was the right thing to do, but now I know I was wrong." Despite potentially facing up to 20 years, Lil' Kim's willingness to take full responsibility for her actions worked in her favor. Judge Gerard Lynch acknowledged the importance of sending a message about the value of truth-telling. "You are sending that message that telling the truth has an important value," he remarked. "Going to jail to protect violent men with guns is not heroic. While serving time during the zenith of her career may have seemed challenging, Lil Kim ultimately experienced a more positive journey than one might expect in the world of prison. In 2006, Lil Kim's Independence Day came a day early as she was let out from a federal detention center, marking the end of her nearly 10-month stint behind bars. With a balloon and a bouquet of white roses in hand, she waved at the enthusiastic crowd, some brandishing signs reading "Welcome Home, Queen Bee," before slipping into a sleek silver Rolls Royce. The vehicle parked in a nearby lot and she reappeared to greet her adoring fans. "I love you," she declared, blowing kisses. Dedicated fans had stayed up all night to ensure they were present downtown for her 6 a.m. release. While the rapper was sentenced to a year and a day in prison, her early release came as a reward for good behavior. While several prominent rappers have served jail time, Lil Kim was the first notable female artist to undergo such an experience. After her release, she was placed on house arrest for the next 30 days, followed by 3 years of supervised release. In her earlier years, Lil Kim, whose real name is Kimberly Jones, had a relationship with Sean Powell, whom she met at a roller skating rink in Brooklyn. Their love faced a challenge when Powell was arrested for robbery and sentenced to 8.5 years in prison. Remarkably, Lil Kim remained dedicated to their relationship, visiting him frequently and exchanging heartfelt letters. They even became engaged during his time behind bars. However, fate took a turn when Lil Kim crossed paths with Christopher Wallace, known as the Notorious Big, and her focus shifted to launching her rap career. Consequently, she called off her engagement with Powell, and they went their separate ways. In 1996, while working on her debut album, Lil Kim became pregnant with Wallace's child, though she chose to keep this private until 1999, when she disclosed it during an interview with The Source. Ultimately, she made the difficult decision to terminate the pregnancy, acknowledging that her relationship with Biggie couldn't accommodate raising a child. Tragically, just 3 days before his death, Wallace reached out to Lil Kim to express his love. In a 2010 interview, she revealed a dark side of their relationship, recounting an incident where Wallace had assaulted her, even choking her unconscious. This revelation came amid claims by Jermaine Dupri that he had witnessed Wallace pull a gun on Lil Kim in 2017. In July 1996, Lil Kim faced arrest for marijuana possession during a police raid at Wallace's Teaneck, New Jersey home. Despite denying any involvement, an arrest warrant was issued on March 17, 1999, when she failed to appear in court for related charges. This warrant remained under the radar until The Smoking Gun published a story online in September 2003. It wasn't until October 2003, after $350 in bail was posted on her behalf, that Lil Kim was removed from Teaneck's wanted list. Her attorney explained that she believed the case had already been resolved. In 2002, Lil Kim began dating Damian World Hardy, a relationship that ended in 2003. She later revealed that she had been a victim of physical abuse, resulting in multiple nose jobs due to being punched. Her romantic history also included a brief relationship with record producer Scott Storch in 2004, and in 2007, a short-lived romance with Ray J. On June 9, 2014, Lil Kim welcomed a daughter into the world, Da Brat. Da Brat made history as the first female artist to achieve platinum status, but she also gained notoriety for her violent outbursts, one of which led to a prison sentence. However, since her time behind bars, she has made significant positive changes. Da Brat's rise in the music industry was marked by her lyrical skills, but her stage persona hinted at a brattier side. Fans were shocked when news broke of her fight with someone. In 2008, Brat was sentenced to 3 years in prison, along with 7 years of probation and 200 hours of community service, after being found guilty of striking a woman in the face with a rum bottle. This incident took place during a Halloween party in 2007 at super producer Jermaine Dupri's residence, and the victim suffered permanent facial scarring. Brat ultimately pleaded guilty to the charge. According to Georgia police, Brat and the woman had a not-so-pleasant history. Unfortunately, this wasn't Brat's first run-in with the law for such behavior. In 2000, she was accused of hitting another woman with a gun during a dispute over VIP seating at a nightclub. The victim required 6 stitches for a head wound. In that case, Brat avoided prison time by agreeing to complete 80 hours of community service, serve a year's probation, and pay a $1,000 fine under a guilty plea to misdemeanor reckless conduct. After her release in 2011, Brat openly shared how this experience transformed her for the better. One of the conditions of her sentence was to attend anger management courses, which played a pivotal role in her rehabilitation. Now, Da Brat is using her platform to inspire others who may find themselves in similar situations, serving as a role model for those seeking a positive path forward. In 2017, she visited inmates at the South Fulton Jail jail and conveyed a powerful message to the media. I've always wanted to go back and talk to women, inspire women, and tell them they can. It's okay to make mistakes, just try not to make the same mistakes over. It feels so funny being in here just walking around. It was kind of an eerie feeling for me because I never wanted to be back in that situation. But this time I was on the other side, and I was hopefully touching somebody's heart. The renowned rapper, whose real name is Shantae Harris Dupart, was born on April 14, 1974, in Chicago, Illinois. Her parents, David Ray McCoy and Nadine Brewer, never married. This led to Da Brat being raised in two different households. She spent part of her time with her mother and grandmother, where she actively participated in an apostolic church, singing in the choir and attending services 4 times a week. Interestingly, she is the paternal half-sister of Lisa Ray McCoy. During her teenage years, Da Brat attended Kenwood Academy, where she was actively involved in sports, running track, and playing basketball. She later graduated from the Academy of Scholastic Achievement, a charter school catering to at-risk students, in 1992. Da Brat's career breakthrough came in 1992 when she won a rap contest sponsored by Yo MTV Raps, granting her the chance to meet the young rap duo Criss Cross. They introduced her to their producer, Jermaine Dupri, who signed her to his So So Def label. Her debut album, Funk Dayfied, dropped in 1994 and made rap history by going platinum, establishing her as the first female solo rapper to achieve this milestone. The single Funk Dayfied reached the top spot on the rap singles chart and hit number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. Her subsequent single from the album, Give It To You, reached number 26 on the Hot 100. During the late 90s, Da Brat became better known for her featured appearances on other artists' albums and songs than her solo work. She collaborated with Criss Cross, Mariah Carey, Dru Hill, Lil Kim, Missy Elliott, and many others. Additionally, she made her feature film debut in 1996 alongside Shaquille O'Neal in Kazam. In the early 2000s, Da Brat released her third full-length album, Unrestricted, which included singles like That's What I'm Looking For and What You Like. However, this album didn't receive the same acclaim as her earlier work. She continued her trend of appearing on remixes by other artists, including Mariah Carey's Loverboy and Destiny's Child's Survivor. Da Brat underwent an image makeover in the new millennium, shifting away from her gangster persona to embrace a more mainstream image. Despite the change, her music career remained vibrant. She was featured on the remix of Dem Franchise Boys' I Think They Like Me in 2005, which topped the Billboard Hot R&B/hip-hop singles chart. Her journey in entertainment continued, with Da Brat appearing as a guest on Mariah Carey's tour and co-writing songs with Carey. She also joined the reality TV scene, participating in shows like Celebrity Fit Club and mentoring young talent on the rap game. She remains a co-host on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show and a member of the Dish Nation cast in Atlanta. Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown's life has been a roller coaster of controversies, from assault charges to bizarre incidents. In 2007, the rapper was arrested for smacking her neighbor with a BlackBerry. This led to charges of felony assault, menacing, harassment, and criminal possession of a weapon. But this incident is just one in a series of bewildering events that have surrounded the rapper. There is quite a lot to choose from. In 1997, at the age of 17, Foxy received a 30-day suspended sentence and 80 hours of community service for assaulting 2 hotel workers in Raleigh, North Carolina. The bizarre trigger for this attack? They told her they didn't have an iron available. 3 years after that, in 2000, Foxy crashed her Range Rover in Brooklyn and got arrested for driving with a suspended license. Her erratic behavior also damaged her relationships with Jay-Z and Nas. At this point, she checked into rehab for painkiller addiction. By 2001, a shooting outside NYC radio station Hot 97 was linked to the long-running feud between Foxy and Lil Kim. Both avoided arrest in connection with the incident, but the very next year, Foxy got arrested in Jamaica after an altercation with a policewoman at the airport. She never showed up for her court appearance, which could spell trouble if she ever returns to Jamaica. Then in 2003, on the Wendy Williams radio show, Foxy accused then Def Jam president Lyra Cohen of conspiring with P. Diddy to illegally trade her recording masters. She also blamed Cohen for causing her to have a miscarriage from stress. She was subsequently dropped from Def Jam, but the rapper wasn't slowing down. In 2004, she faced charges for attacking 2 manicurists in NYC over a $20 bill. She refused to plea bargain and was sentenced to 3 years of probation and anger management classes. The next year, rapper Jackie O claimed to have been in a fight with Foxy in a Miami recording studio, though Foxy insisted Jackie exaggerated the incident for publicity. Still, in 2005, Foxy ended up in court over the manicurist assault from the previous year. She was handcuffed to a bench for sticking her tongue out at the judge. She even hit a court officer who was fastening the handcuffs. Only after facing 30 days in jail for contempt did she finally apologize. Fast forward to 2007, Foxy Foxy's strange incidents continued as she got into a dispute at a Florida beauty supply store. She threw hair glue at an employee, spat on him, and took a swing at a police officer, leading to her arrest and a night in jail. A warrant was issued for her arrest after she missed her court appearance. In July of that year, Foxy went missing for a week, leaving her lawyers and family in the dark. She resurfaced at an awards show without explanation. Foxy Brown's life has been a series of unexpected twists and turns, making her a controversial figure both inside and outside the music industry. But her musical journey has been nothing but grand. The rapper's real name is Inga DeCarlo Fung Marchand. Her musical career kicked off in earnest when she signed with Def Jam in 1996. Later that year, on November 19, 1996, she dropped her debut album, Il Nana. The album quickly made waves, achieving platinum certification from the RIAA and selling over 7 million copies worldwide. This remarkable feat solidified her status as a rising star in the rap game. But Foxy's talents extended beyond solo work. She was a vital member of the hip-hop supergroup The Firm, joining forces with Nas, AZ, and later Nature. The Firm released their soul album in 1997 under Dr. Dre's Aftermath Entertainment label, further establishing Foxy as a force to be reckoned with. In 1999, Foxy's second album, China Doll, made a spectacular debut by landing atop the Billboard 200 chart. This achievement marked her as the second female rapper to claim this coveted spot, following Lauryn Hill in 1998. Her third album, Broken Silence, hit the scene in 2001, featuring the Grammy-nominated track Nana Be Like. Despite her ongoing legal battles and personal challenges, Foxy's music continued to resonate with fans. However, her journey wasn't without its share of turbulence. Foxy left Def Jam in 2003 and temporarily shelved her album, Il Nana 2. But in 2005, she returned to the label under the leadership of Jay-Z, reigniting her music career and embarking on a new, unreleased project titled Black Roses. Foxy's impact on the hip-hop landscape cannot be understated. Despite her legal troubles, she's recognized for her creative daringness and enduring influence. Her ability to blend R&B and hip-hop into chart-topping hits, exemplified by her groundbreaking album Il Nana, remains proof of her innovative spirit. While she may not have reached the iconic status of some of her contemporaries, Foxy's debut album played a pivotal role in reshaping mainstream rap music. She pushed boundaries and opened doors, hinting at the transformative possibilities for women in hip-hop. Beyond her music, Foxy was celebrated as a fashion icon. Her pride in her mahogany skin and her representation as a dark-skinned Christian Dior poster girl resonated with black women who saw themselves in her image. Her confidence and style left an indelible mark on the world of fashion. In retrospect, Foxy Brown is hailed as one of the most influential female rappers of all time. Her second album, China Doll, debuting at #1 in 1999, set a precedent for female rap albums to come. Her impact can be seen through the work of artists like Nicki Minaj, Cash Doll, and Megan Thee Stallion, who have all paid homage to her groundbreaking contributions to hip-hop. In the words of Nicki Minaj, without Foxy, her own journey in rap might never have begun. Click the card appearing on your screen for more videos like this.